Hey, what's up, my little time tellers? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you are if you are the people that got stomped down in our proud country in Montgomery, Alabama, if you were the white individuals that caused the Montgomery, Alabama riverboat brawl, which will go down in Black history forever, guess what? I got some updates for you. The FBI is getting involved, y'all. They're looking at hate crime charges. On top of that, 3 more men have been arrested. Yeah, they get into the bottom of it. And the guy with the chair, it looks like he's in the clear. They want to investigate further, but don't forget they had him in custody when the police came. They put cuffs on him and they let him go. Now they just want to talk to him some more. So it looks like it is self-defense, y'all. Let's get into this. But before we do, if you haven't seen my earlier video, the captain of the ship, okay, the captain of the ship is the one that sent the co-captain out. He gave a lot of information, and I didn't like his tone. He gave a lot of information that put the pieces together. One, that 16-year-old that swam across the dock to help that man, he wasn't just a random bystander. He was one of his shipmates. If you guys don't know, the captain goes on to say that shipmates are super, super tight. So basically, he was reacting the way you'd see his big unk or his big bro getting stomped down, jumped in that water. The captain, the person that sent his co-captain, his first mate out there to move the boat, the captain didn't do nothing but watch. But he was screaming on the PA, "Stop, stop, stop." And he called the police. A couple of other things, the captain kept going out his way to be like, "I don't think this was about race." He was white. "I don't think it was about race. I don't think it was about race." Well, guess what, baby? You don't have to, because you know who does think it's about race? The FBI. The FBI thinks it was about race. Let's get into this. Okay. Okay, here we go. This was updated. This was just updated. They said TMZ obtained the mugshot for Richard Roberts, who we're currently told is in jail. Let me put his picture on the Summer Jam screen. So if y'all frequent any of his businesses, you can ruin his life, because I don't think this mugshot is enough. What else? Oh, Montgomery PD says that the Riverfront Brawl has resulted in criminal charges, with 3 white males getting rung up. However, there's still more potential charges to come, and cops consulted with the FBI to determine if the incident was a hate crime. Chief of Police Daryl Albert says 13 people were detained Saturday and brought in for questioning after the fight, but they were released. After further investigation, warrants were issued for 3 men. 48-year-old Richard Roberts, 2 warrants for third-degree assault, and 1 warrant for 23-year-old Alan Todd, charged with third-degree assault, and 1 warrant for 25-year-old Zachary Shipman, charged with third-degree assault. Third-degree assault. Did you see the way that they jumped on this guy, the guy in the pink shorts? Jumped on. First, he ran up and kneed him in the face, jumped on him, flipped him over by his neck. He could have paralyzed him. And then they all started stomping. All they got was third-degree assault, baby. It's given attempted murder for me. It's given attempted murder. But again, Alabama, for all people nobody in my comments, y'all got sense, but for everybody being like, "That's ridiculous. They should have waited for the police to come." Nah, baby, I'm glad. It makes me proud that they got metered out some street justice. And the weird thing is, I'm usually that person, if I see a fight video or excessive violence, I'm like, "Oh, stop. I don't want to see that." This video was the most satisfying video in the world. So you know what? I literally started watching it when I'm stressed out to go to sleep as ASMR, just to know I'm protected and that there's love in the world. But let's continue. Albert says that 1 of them is in custody and 2 of them are set to turn themselves in later today for booking and processing. Now, as far as the black man who was hitting people with the chair, excuse me, you address him by his first name, my last name, Hero. Okay. That's his name, that black man. That is my hero. You address him by his first and last. Middle name, I will be. Anyway, right? who was hitting people with a chair, he wasn't hitting people with a chair. He was getting those mobs and those thugs and those Cracker Barrel rejects, he was getting them away from the good people of Alabama. Chief Albert ID'd him as Reggie Gray, but note, Mr. Gray has not been charged yet, although MPD wants him to come in for further questioning. Don't do it. If there's any lawyers that want to give up pro bono hours for the goodness of the world, please contact Mr. Reggie Gray. One last thing. Albert says Montgomery PD was consulting with the FBI to determine if a hate crime charges were applicable or not. The investigation is ongoing, and it sounds like this is far from over. All anybody has to say is that they heard those men use a slur, call them a slur, make some type of comment about their race when they jumped on that black man or any of the black men. And judging by the way they were running and yelling, and we couldn't see, I 100% do think they were, especially the boy in the pink shorts with no shirt on and his back the same color as the shorts. Anyway, the Alabama Riverfront Brawl landed people in handcuffs, but not necessarily jail, which may all change, okay, as the week goes on. Montgomery PD is holding a press conference where they're expected to discuss 4 arrest warrants that were issued Monday in relation to the melee that went down over the weekend. We just heard about 3, but they're not saying who the 4th one is. The names of the individuals who are now wanted and the exact charges they're facing have yet to be released. That's presumably what the police are going to address. You know what? Remember, you guys might not remember, but there was somebody in the melee where when his friends were being stomped out, he literally jumped in the water. Why do I feel like he jumped in the water on some G.I. Joe mess and like swam under the pier, was like gulping for air, waiting for like footsteps to stop so he could like come out. I feel like that girl that got pushed into the water, he probably grabbed her, was like, shh, come here. And they were just like little guppies under the pier trying to get some air. That's what they get. Anyway, many assumed the fight participants were arrested on the spot Saturday at the Riverfront Park, where there were tons of video showing folks in police custody. However, authorities have since clarified that all those people were simply detained that day and none were arrested. The captain also said that this isn't the first time that they've had trouble with that boat. Every year, these same people do, sorry, mosquito. The mosquito was testing me. Don't test me. I might not have a mosquito-sized chair, but we can put those whoopings on you. Hold on, y'all. Anyway, this mosquito's been harassing me. Anyway, they know who these people are. They cause a problem every year. The captain let it escalate, and it sounded to me like the captain was giving excuses, but go listen to the whole recording so you can actually hear what the captain said. Montgomery's mayor signaled in a statement over the weekend that more consequences were coming. He seemed to point the finger at the group that originally started beating up the security guard, dock worker. He was not a security guard. He was the first mate. Put some respect on his name. TMZ, get your reporting right. Who was trying to get them to move their boat. Of course, all hell broke loose after that. Several others came running to the guy's defense, and a lot of them started whooping on the pontoon crew pretty brutally, as it turns out. First of all, that was the crew that stuck up for them. Second of all, TMZ is trash pretty brutally. Did you see the way they stomped that man? TMZ is still trying to make them a victim, even though they're not. Third of all, the captain said that he got on the loudspeaker and asked them to move their boat 5 times. They refused. He sent his first mate, which is basically his co-captain, out to have them move the boat. The reason why he asked them to move the boat, those people literally drunkenly got up and left the boat there illegally parked. He sent somebody out to his first mate to go move. That's who got beat up, to go move the boat. The captain said in maritime law, it's nothing for people to move boats. It happens all the time. It's not like it's disrespect or anything. TMZ, the whole thing ended up playing out along racial lines, black versus white, it seemed. Yeah, because all the black mates were out there knucking and bucking. And there was a lot of commentary about it in the aftermath, with many championing what they perceived as an act of solidarity among the black folks. Well, time will tell who gets dragged into court over this and how much trouble they're in. Listen, I'm saying it right now, and I will personally donate a lot well, a lot for me, to everybody's GoFundMe, and I'll organize for, baby, it was worth it. Thank you. I would like to say to everybody, thank you for honoring us. Thank you for protecting, and thank you for letting those Cracker Barrel fools know that Ish isn't sweet. Anyway, y'all, go listen to what the captain had to say. He gives a lot of interesting detail, even though I am kind of side-eyeing him. All right, y'all, talk to y'all later. Bye.